Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bible. Each week we read out one chapter of the book of Acts. If you're not interested in the Bible, that's fine. I'm doing this as a service to those who are interested. And if you're curious, why not have a listen and see what you discover? But if you aren't, I'm not going to hold that against you. I'm here to be lovely and nice to everybody. Happiness! Yes! Anyway, let's get into the book now. The book of Acts, chapter 6. But with the believers multiplying rapidly, there were ramblings of discontent. Those who spoke only Greek complained that their widows were being discriminated against, that they were not being given as much food in the daily distribution as the widows who spoke Hebrew. So the 12 called a meeting of all the believers. We should spend our time preaching, not administering a feeding program, they said. Now look around among yourselves, dear brothers, and select 7 men, wise and full of the Holy Spirit, who are well thought of by everyone, and we will put them in charge of this business. Then we can spend our time in prayer, preaching and teaching. This sounded reasonable to the whole assembly, and they elected the following: Stephen, a man unusually full of faith and the Holy Spirit; Philip, Prochorus, Nicanor, Timon, Parmenius, and Nicholas of Antioch, a Gentile convert to the Jewish faith who had become a Christian. Those 7 were presented to the apostles, who prayed for them and laid their hands on them in blessing. God's message was preached in ever-widening circles, and the number of disciples increased vastly in Jerusalem, and many of the Jewish priests were converted too. Stephen, a man so full of faith in the Holy Spirit's power, did spectacular miracles among the people. But one day some of the men from the Jewish cult of the freedmen started an argument with him, and they were soon joined by Jews from Cyrene, Alexandria in Egypt, and the Turkish provinces of Cilicia and Asia Minor. But none of them was able to stand against Stephen's wisdom and spirit. So they brought in some men to lie about him, claiming that they had heard Stephen curse Moses and even God. This accusation roused the crowds to fury against Stephen, and the Jewish leaders arrested him and brought him before the council. The lying witnesses testified again that Stephen was constantly speaking against the temple and against the laws of Moses. They declared, "We heard him say that this fellow Jesus of Nazareth will destroy the temple and throw out all of Moses' laws." But at this point, everyone in the council chamber saw Stephen's face become as radiant and as an angel's. And that concludes Acts 6. We'll see what happens to Stephen next week in Acts 7. Yeah. Thanks for listening, and God bless.